Azael, earlier this year, the UFC had 3 Mexican champions. What would it mean for you to become the first Mexican PowerSlap champion?
It'd be the best thing that probably have ever happened in my life. I think just being the first Mexican to ever be a title holder in this sport, it just go hand in hand to being a fucking warrior, being with that champion mentality. Us Mexicans are always warriors, so just being able to hold the title of being the best slapper. We get slapped all the time by our moms, so it's gonna be a cool feeling to be able to have that title over my name.
It's quite widespread that the Hawaiians are really backing, their own in the sport. Are the Mexicans doing it the same, or are they having a little bit harder time to get behind slap fighting as a whole?
Yeah, I think it's it's still a slow transition, not just for the Mexicans, but for a lot of places in the world. But it's getting there. I have definitely seen some supporters from Mexico. They reach out, comment on my stuff, Abby, and it's great to see that. But definitely, it's a slower process than what I was anticipating. But it's happening, man, and it's just continuing. So it's just a matter of them getting that outreach and getting to see the slaps and getting to see nice clean slaps especially. So not just knockouts, just exchanges. I think that's what would probably have the Mexican fans rooting for.
And right now, John's the only loss on your record. Is this one more personal for you the second time around?
Definitely, man. Losing is not a part of my life. I hate losing. If I lose one time, I'm not gonna lose again. The second time around, it's gonna be a totally different outcome. So losing to John Davis for sure, just kind of flipped everything and just man, I'm a different person. Like I am still Azael Perro Rodriguez, but man, you've seen my performance the last 2 matches, and it's just continuing to grow. I just continue to grow every single match, and losing to John Davis just was something that had to happen, I guess.
You've been quite vocal about the lifestyle changes that you've made over the last year. Um, you know, are you proud of, you know, coming from where you came from on the show, and the way you were portrayed there to the person you are today standing here?
Yeah, man. So prior to the show, I was already making the changes, so it was just being in the slap house, just having the alcohol and just things available for me to just have a good time. I think just that was just all Azael, like having a good time. But just the transition from being able to show that character was not fully me, and if it is me, it's just like yeah. I think just to how I am right now, performing wise, attitude wise, my lifestyle changes that I've made. I am really proud of what I've changed in my life. It all has happened before PowerSlap, so it was just that little moment. It just kind of like brought me back a little bit. But man, I'm proud of my side for sure.
Is there anything you'd say to new, slap fighters coming into the sport around reputation, how they handle themselves, potential, road to the title, series in the future? Do you have any advice for them before going into that type of scenario?
Yeah, I think some people have reached out to me just to say like get some suggestions on how to live in the house and stuff like that. And man, it's just a matter of staying true to yourself. Don't let yourself get bullied. Obviously, feel like when you're in a house like that, filled with testosterone, filled with a lot of gentlemen that are there hungry to win and be on top of everyone, you're gonna get a lot of bullies. So maybe just not letting that happen and just stepping up for yourself and proving it not only then and there, but proving it when you're on stage. So that's what I mean when staying true to yourself. Know if you either have it or not, because some people think they have it and they just end up not having it. So it's just like stay true to yourself. If you try to find, because it's important, because if you don't find those little gaps in your game, you're always gonna end up losing. So I feel like just staying true to yourself, know if there's things that you need to change, and just change them, and then things will go good for you.
In your previous match, you went to San Diego for 2 months to train and prepare. This time around, you went lone wolf and you stayed in Granada to train by yourself. What was the reason why this time around?
Just being away from my wife for the 2 months, I think I think it just provided me with that like mental game where I'm not just on vacation anymore. We're training. I obviously missed my wife for those 2 months, and I feel like for those 2 months, the amount of training and the amount of time I just put into my mental health and my physical health provided me with the foundation that I needed to be able to just do it on my own. So just being able to do it for the 2 months, got my 2 wins, and then go back to Grenada, and now it's just all on me now. I don't have it, like it's not gonna fall back to anyone else but me. But going back to San Diego is still in the plan for my training regimen. So you'll probably see me again in San Diego for a couple months. So right now it's just a matter of like playing around with it. I'm liking how this training camp has prepared me. So we'll see if we go to San Diego again, just to continue that.
One last one. Are you dropping a new rap song tomorrow after the fight?
There's a lot. I have an album already. It's like 7 songs. Just waiting for this championship belt to be wrapped around me, and I'll release some of them. There's some that I think are fire and they have potential. My wife loves them, so that's another thing, that you either have it in rap or you don't, and I think I have it. So like, stay true to yourself.
You ever get one acapella verse?
No.
Azael, Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. How are you? You talked earlier about the Mexican heritage and the support. I mean, I think in any sport, boxing, soccer, wherever, especially, I mean, just the Warriors, the support comes out. From what you've seen in PowerSlap with the Polynesians, when they're up there on the platform, and even if they're not, if you're against one, the energy that's in the building, can you feel that, feed off of it, whether it's against you, with you, just for the match itself? How can you just talk about the Polynesian culture and the influence and the energy that they bring?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like that type of energy will definitely boost you up there, and maybe it'll break you if your opponent is from that. It'll probably break you as well. It could break you, if not pump you up if that's part of your own culture cheering for you like that. So definitely is something that is great to see for the sport. They back each other up so great, and I feel like it's just a great way to provide that little extra pump, even if the person doesn't need it. So.
With the fighters themselves, or the strikers themselves, the Polynesians, the way that they support one another, the camaraderie that they've built, is that inspiring?
Yeah, definitely. And I just imagine myself having a Mexican crowd out there, and it would be great. You know, you don't want to let them down if they're out there cheering you on like that. And yeah, it's for sure inspiring.
Hey Azeal, how's it going?
Good, how are you, man?
Good. I was curious, what do you have to say to the people that look at you and still see Azael from PowerSlap 1? They still see the guy in the house, and they don't respect the amount of work that you've put in.
I simply just ignore them. Those people just are kind of like lost in their own little world. You're not able to see someone for the changes that they've made. I would just always ignore them. They're out there just crying and hating for no reason. So
You've put in a lot of work, and you've really changed your life to prepare for this moment. When getting that belt put around your waist, what would that truly mean for you?
man, my whole life I I've wanted to be famous. I wanted to be a professional athlete. It just happened to be PowerSlap now. So obviously, when I got the opportunity to be a PowerSlapper, I was 100% committed from day one. And just having that slap belt over me, and being crowned like the best slapper in my division, it's gonna be great, man. I'm excited for all the other opportunities it's gonna provide, defending the title, being able to just be known as the best 185er. It's gonna be great, man.
John was saying that he thinks that your division gets overlooked. Do you feel the same way?
Oh, definitely, man. Especially a fight like this with John Davis, both 5-1. It's a rematch. We both had we've both had matches after that PowerSlap one. It's definitely slept on, man. Like, me and John Davis are top hitters. We both have a chin. 5-1, like I said. We were both teammates in the house. Definitely slept on because it's not talked about as much as it should be.
After saying all that, do you think this is going to championship rounds?
I'm going with the mentality that it could go to championship rounds, but I'm also going with the mentality that I'm really confident in my slap. As long as John doesn't flinch, as long as John stays there and takes it like we're supposed to, I don't really see it going to championship rounds. But who knows? He could be training as much as I have, or even better. So I'm expecting the strongest John that I've faced and seen before.
You mentioned before that your wife is constantly pushing you. She's coming home. She's telling you to slap the pillow, checking that power. Is she still keeping you on your toes?
Oh yeah. We bought the little Taekwondo pad, so we'll just before that's a thing that I used to not do before, like practice my slap. I was just always overconfident. Now she's like holds it. I'll slap it really good, and then the next one she'll be like, nah, that's not. And then I get mad. I'm like, what do you mean? No, that's a beautiful slap. So definitely, she's pushing me. She's being true to me. She's like, she tells me how it is. That slap was weak, or you pivoted, or anything like that. So it's great to have her for sure as in my corner.
Thank you for your time, man. Good luck
Thank
tomorrow.
you, bro.
Sorry, just talking about your wife. Oh, do you think she'd ever do slap fighting?
No. I think she would have a great slap, but I would never want to see her take a hit. No.
What do you think about the fact that there are some girls on the card this time?
Oh, I think it's great. I think it's gonna, especially the girls that are on the card have a lot of experience under them. So I think it's gonna bring for sure a great audience and different. I mean, we had the super heavyweights introduced a few power slaps ago. Now it's the women's division. It just continues to get bigger, and it's just like we want to see more divisions. We obviously want to see maybe 160 pounders, and it's just great. I think it's gonna be that foundation that's just gonna help power slap get a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger as they go. But I'm excited for the women's division for sure.
So you said you wouldn't want to see her get slapped, but has she said that it's hard for her to watch you get slapped?
Yeah, I think she says when she's there getting ready to see me get slapped, she's a little bit nervous, or a few days before, but then when she sees me and she asks me if I'm ready, like the way that I answer her, she's always just like, I'm not scared. Like it all goes away. And then when she does see me eat a slap, she's like, all right, he has it. Like he's gonna win this shit.
Thank you.
Yeah.